Begone, devil's breed!
Calm yourself, priest. I merely wish to speak with you.
There's nothing to speak of.
Indeed there is. I seek Salamandra. I heard they come here.
They'll kill us because of you.
I have ways of showing gratitude.
What ways?
You're troubled by a beast?
Not your business.
I'm a witcher. I could help.
Another witcher came recently. Berengar. He promised to slay the beast, but fled when it howled.
I'm not Berengar.
If you want my trust, bear the eternal fire's light to the people and dispel the darkness. You'll find 5 chapels around the village.
Fire won't scare the beast. This is more than a stray dog.
The eternal fire, blasphemer. You can be sure it will scare off beasts, for it has been said that though his soul be in darkness and his visage be a horror, do not judge him hastily, for he will carry the flame of hope into the night. And also, you shall only be safe in the glow of the eternal fire.
All right.
Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel where I do analyses and give my thoughts on anime, computer games and series that I like. Okay, so I have chosen to do a video based on The Witcher 1, which is my favorite of the Witcher games. This dialogue that you've just seen is a dialogue between the Reverend of the outskirts, who's sort of like the leader, and he's having his first interaction with our lead character, Geralt of Rivia. He's the chaplain of the Eternal Fire, which is the religion that the Order of the Flaming Rose also believes in. So it's a religion about the Eternal Fire and how it will illuminate and light up our path, so we have to believe in that. So when he meets the Witcher, he's very wary of the Witcher. Generally, this faction opposes non-humans, monsters, and is also very wary of Witchers.
I know what you did. I know the rumors.
Sergeant, that Witcher's here. The one I told you about.
Oh, shit.
Who do we have here, Mickle? Is this the man we want? Yes, sir, Sergeant, sir. It's that filthy freak, the Witcher.
Oh, okay, you prick.
A blasphemer and a counterfeiter, do I guess well? Yes, he asked who's allowed into the city. They came with that letter of safe conduct from the Order. Well, if that's a Knight of the Order, then I'm Princess Ada.
Son of a bitch.
Wow. Solving all my problems with the sword. Or not.
So what's happened here is that the Witcher has acquired a safe passage into Vizima, the capital of Temeria, and he couldn't get in because they didn't believe that he was a Knight of the Order, because as a Witcher he couldn't be a Knight of the Order. There's also another passage in The Witcher chapter 1 where they show disgust of him. On the other hand, you meet Siegfried of the Nils, who's a decent chap. You meet him in the next chapter, in chapter 2 of The Witcher, and in chapter 3 there's a quest from Siegfried where elf revolutionaries have trapped human civilians in a crypt, and Siegfried will only reward you if you choose to save the humans. If you do not save the human civilians and slaughter the elves instead, it will be too late. So you have to choose either or. And he cares more about saving humans than the hatred that we see from other members of that. So we see different sentiments within the Order of the Flaming Rose. This really is just an example of human prejudice, where humans are afraid of what they don't understand, and Siegfried is less racist than some of his colleagues, but he still is racist.
I was doing nothing wrong. I'd been lying to myself from the outset. Just as the moon will never catch the sun, so humans will never change. They will remain egotistical, envious, petty and fearful of anything they don't understand. And believe me, there's plenty.
But I want to get more into what it is and how it compares to the Song of Roland, which is a song about, which is an ancient text about chivalry, because I think this is relevant. How they are supposed to be knights, but how are they? In this Song of Roland, you're also skeptical about non-Christians, so that's sort of similar to be skeptical about non-humans. But I want to look at how they are as knights compared to this ancient European text.
Jealously race nostre emperor Magnus Satans tut plains ad estate in Espagne tres en la mer.
The Song of Roland communicates the values of fealty to lord and land that are combined with duty, heroism, and trustworthiness. The struggle between Christians and Muslims is the battle on the surface, but it's really a battle for the soul of fealty and everything the medieval France would have held so deeply as their core values. So it's really authoritarian in that sense, and also has some noble qualities. And I want to think about two elements here compared to The Witcher 1 and the Order of the Flaming Rose and the knights that I see in that order in the game. I want to think about the authoritarianism and the nobleism that's going on here. I can think of two knights that aren't very knightly in The Witcher 1. The first one is Patrick Devase, who does not respect women, in the sense that he wants to marry off his sister to an older man for political connections. And his sister doesn't want that, so in the game either you have to kill Patrick Devase or you have to send the blue-eyed sister, who's a prostitute, because she escaped in that way from the control of his brother. You have to send her into a marriage that will kill her. The other one is Roderick Duet, who's a Nilfgaardian count, and actually he's in leash with Salamandra, who's the main, or one of the main enemies, which Jack de Aldersberg hides behind. But yeah, those two aren't very chivalrous, but they do have the name of the knight on their identity. So of course you can be a knight while not having the spirit of knighthood. So in The Witcher 1 I prefer either being neutral, siding with neither the Order of the Flaming Rose or their opponents, the Scoia'tael, who want freedom from human oppression. Either I'm neutral or I side with the elves. I do not find the Order especially sympathetic. It's only Siegfried. He's the one decent chap there. But I think it's interesting to view this, view the Knights of the Order in light of these principles. And I've not gone too deep in depth because I'm doing my exam, I'm doing all sorts of things, but I've just made this reflection. So I'll ask you, how do you feel about the Knights in The Witcher 1? Did you side with the Knights when you played the game? Did you think they were sympathetic and they lived up to some sort of moral code that the Scoia'tael, the elf revolutionaries might not have? Let me know in the comments. Come to think of it, there might be a trade-off between being authoritarian and knightly or noble. So if a king ought to be rebelled against, that might be the duty of knights in political theory. They have throughout history debated that a lot. I've read about that in intellectual history, that people throughout history have debated whether it's okay to depose a king. But Siegfried actually decides to not depose the king and to side with the king if you side with the Order. So in a sense, Siegfried is loyal to his superior master, and you can say that he's both authoritarian and noble, which I will argue makes him the perfect knight.